Nobody likes onions. The show everyone loves to hate.
Happy insurrection! More dangerous than 9/11, they say. Happy 2023, children of my corns. Welcome to the program. Nobody likes onions. I just want to say that I'm proud to be here. Thank you for tuning us in on your Roku devices, your Game Gear, your Sega CD. Thanks for firing up your ColecoVision or your TurboGrafx 16. Remember that one? The games came on like credit cards. Anyway, hi, welcome. We're all doing great. I hope you're doing great. I hope you and your family farted up or whatever. How do we have 5 likes? Could we please get a couple more likes popping for Daddy today? Thanks for waiting for shows. Nobody watches YouTube during the holidays. The numbers tank. So why do content for you fucking idiots? You all pieces of shit. Nokia Engage. That's a good one. I forgot about that. The Nokia Engage? I had a Commodore 64 and I had a Commodore 128. Neo Geo. Yeah, everybody's got member berries. We're really getting nuts with it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to just say, the last show that I did, it was a negative note. By the way, no weed in 2023. I haven't smoked weed in 2023. The cough's getting better. I'm noticing I'm breathing better. So it might just have to be a thing. We might just have to be and I didn't realize it because I don't come in this studio. This room is just a room in my house. I come in here 3 times a year. But I forgot, from the last show I did here, I have a half-pack bong here. And, I'm not gonna partake. I haven't had it. I want to, at least take a month off and just see if I can tell a discernible difference in my breathing. And I'll tell you, we're 6 days in, and yes, I already do. I'm not hacking it up in the morning. I'm not hacking it up at night. Somebody says do edibles. I didn't do edibles for 10 years. Here's why. Flip Schultz, comedian Flip Schultz, his wife, I think his ex-wife now, I'm not sure what's going on there. His wife, who's also a comedian, was on the show several times, Allie. She used to work at a dispensary when I lived in Sherman Oaks in LA, and I used to pop up there. It was the same. It was oddly at the time when Shameless was on, and the guy who plays Lip on Shameless used to go to the same dispensary. I would run into him almost every time I was there. That dude must do so much weed. I'd run into him every other time I was there. The guy who plays Lip on Shameless. So I used to go up there, and Allie, she would hook me up with all this stuff, and I had never really done edibles. and she gave me this giant peanut butter cup. It was white chocolate peanut butter, and it was weed peanut butter. It was weed chocolate. I've told this story before, but this is what got me off edibles until last year. I took some edibles. I ate this peanut butter cup at 10 p.m. on a Friday night. I woke up in the afternoon on Saturday. The room was spinning. I couldn't even focus or concentrate. I just went back to bed, and then I woke up Sunday afternoon. I lost almost 40 hours to a peanut butter cup. You know what I mean? And then I called Flip and I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, you're supposed to eat a quarter of it. It was like one of those giant ones, one of those pucks. So yeah, I didn't touch edibles forever. And then last year I ordered some edibles and I was pounding them and I didn't feel anything. And not just the normal, 3 hours in, like, I'm not sure it's going to work, and then you take more, and then you're out of your mind. No, like, it never hit. And by the way, I've been doing them so long, this is before they told you, like, how many milligrams everything was. And nothing had labels like that back in the day. So, how many milligrams should a horse like me take? I have no clue. 50? 100? I don't know what's a normal dose for a man who smokes bongs all day. What's a normal, what's a strong dose? What should I just start with? Give me that. And if I need to back it off, I will. It's not like I'm going to be late for work. Adam Jones says, did you smoke some New Year's meats? I 100% did smoke some New Year's meats. I did the brisket that salute everybody. Drink up. Again, if you're enjoying the program, please just give a like, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't really give a shit, but subscribe, hit the bell, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not even drinking tonight. I don't know, man. Let's just get it together. I'd like to fit on a plane this year. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did. I did the brisket that Wild Fork sent me for free. A nice wet-aged prime brisket. This is probably the best shaped brisket I've ever had. And if God, I made the mistake. I joined some of these pellet grill groups on Facebook. You ever want to feel good? If you ever want to feel good about anything you're into or that you do, go on Facebook and join a group for that thing. Oh my God, is everybody just dumb and clueless? People post pictures of things they create on their grills. And it's just like, have you ever seen other people make meat? It's like when you watch, it's like LA Comedy Club pictures. It's like, you guys have eyes, right? You've seen other photos. No. Purple. That's what we do over there. And by the way, I got an anonymous email. I don't know. I don't know whether to take this serious or not. It said something it was very, very curt, and it just said something to the effect of stop talking about LA Comedy Club. And it's like, okay. First of all, know this. Again, Matt and Joaquin have always been very good and nice to me. I have nothing. This is a very simple, this isn't serious. People will go back to them, or they may hear this and go like, Patrick's talking shit about LA Comedy Club. No. Your social media pictures are purple. Whoever does your lighting or your photos or your videos or your white balancing, there's several ways you can correct it. But get someone with knowledge of any of those things in there, please. This is a very easy problem to fix, I was chatting with local comedian Mike Krasner the other day. He runs the Edwin San Juan podcast, and they actually film that podcast inside LA Comedy Club sometimes. And they turn all the house lights on, and it looks fine. It looks normal on video. Everything's balanced. Everything's nice. You have to be able to see the difference between what they put out and what you put out. So this isn't serious. It's not talking shit. It's a roast. Get your shit together. It looks like garbage. Now, when I do attack your lineups, that is fundamentally attacking your club. But, there's a reason a bunch of fucking dopey open micers hang out at LA Comedy Club all the time and then constantly post, thanks to LA Comedy Club for throwing me up. They don't like to pay their talent a lot. And if they can get free talent on stage, they will. And look, I don't begrudge them. You'll do it for free. You guys are happy to do 5 minutes at club for no fucking money 5 times a week. You don't give a fuck. It's a good stage in front of an audience. But know that that's what they're doing. They're just saving money on their fucking lineup. You know that. They're putting lower rung talent on to save money. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because it's all tourists. Like, who cares? But, at the end of the day, let's not beat around the bush or pretend it's nurturing talent or any of that shit. It's whoever's around kind of can get up. By the way, Butch Bradley put me up in 2019 on his show, just hanging out. They will just throw anybody up who's around. They love free talent. So if you get a guest set over there and then run over to Facebook and you're like, oh my God, LA Comedy Club puts me up, just know, unless you completely bomb, you're not gonna not get up over there. Would you be upset if your ball cap was bought and bent to look like old school ball cap? No, I have several bent like that. And our dad hat, our For Me dad hat here, comes pre-distressed over at nobodylikesonions.com/store. Our dad hat comes pre-distressed. And yeah, bend the bill. I actually like this one. This is a nice one. But yeah, bend them however you want. Why do I give a fuck? I keep the sticker on it and keep them flat for fun. But, I have a million of these hats laying around. So, and by the way, if you're a comic and you see me out and about, I usually have hats in my trunk. You want a free Nobody Likes Onions hat? Come on. But head over to the store. Also, for the new year, join the Overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. Use promo code 2023 and save 10%. Promo code 2023. Join the Overdose. Support the show. Let's get it popping. It's a new year. It's a new you. Don't I have a confetti? Yeah, that's a party time. Ugh. I like to have the same effects on this show as Robin Hood when you buy a stock. So that's nice. But yeah, so I did the brisket. It was so well trimmed and good. Best brisket I've ever made. I'm just getting better and better at this. So that came out great. I'm doing tomorrow night. I'm cooking the rib cap steak. We were talking. I went to Barry's Downtown Prime for my birthday, and they have a steak there called the Barry's Steak. It's a rib cap that's been marinated 24 to 48 hours in olive oil, shallots, and garlic. So I got this terrific, again, wet-aged prime rib cap, free from Wild Fork. They sent me all this meat to make up for my YouTube video, shitting on them. And so now I spent all day, my fingers, shallots and garlic, so strong. Chopped up shallots, garlic, and olive oil. I'm going to do it exactly how they do it down there at Barry's Downtown Prime. I'm going to marinate this thing for 30 to 40 hours. It's just coated in olive oil, shallots, and garlic, tons of it. I'm going to, I'll give it a turn every 12 hours or so. And then I'm throwing that baby on the grill. Going to have a baked potato and a salad and some Kraft macaroni and bees. Oh, God. Can you imagine if they had to have a recall because all the cheese was accidentally replaced with bees? Kraft macaroni, oops, all bees edition. Oh, fucking hell. Oh yeah, and Leah Mendez is here. Leah Mendoza is in the house. I was very hard on her last show. I just want to apologize off the top. I really would like to be more positive and happy this year. I did not mean to be insulting. However, I won't have sunshine blown up my ass. I won't do it. I won't sit here and be told Kitty Pineapple's blowing up in my own program. Okay? So beat it with that. Delicious sounding. Happy birthday, by the way. Mine is Friday the 13th. No-ish. Nobody cares. This is about me. Don't take away my sunshines. No, happy birthday. I hope you do something great.
You're gonna like the way you look.
I guarantee it. So we're gonna have a nice, I'd like to have a positive year. I put the hair on straight. It's not even really straight. Oh God. Hold on. What? Yeah, the thumbnail was Kyle, and you barely talked about the D'Elia doc he made. I'd like to talk to Kyle about it. If he'd do an interview about that. If you didn't see it, Kyle Anderson, who's frequently in our chat, I imagine he's out partying tonight. He likes to do ecstasy and rave. But if you haven't seen it, it has to have 500,000, 1 million views by now. The Chris D'Elia problem, I think, is the name of it. And he talks all about Chris D'Elia. I have Kyle Anderson messaged me probably 2 years ago to like help him pile on D'Elia. I messaged him and said sorry about his dog. Let's go back. Okay. Oh wow, a year ago. Whoa. This must have been why he put this whole thing together. Now going back, this makes a lot of sense. February 20th, Kyle Anderson, 2022. Kyle Anderson says, do you want me to send you all the... I don't want to say the name because I don't know if he gave these names out on the documentary or changed them. Do you want me to send you all the girls' name stuff? This D'Elia stuff. She's who my tweets are about, and she's been DMing me to defend him her reason. It's hypocrisy in the scene like this that drives me nuts. If highlighting that is something you'd like to do on NLO, I'll send you the message. I said, okay, I love juice. Then she hit me up. Hey, Kyle, I don't have Twitter, but obviously your tweet has been sent to me. If I like you, I never had any issues with you. And and if you would like to have a conversation about things, because I can see this is upsetting you, I'm open. So look, Kyle's a sensitive boy. I think he's, spiraling. Look, Kyle, don't go full Kilstein on me. Yeah, he's like, I'm absolutely open to a dialogue about your decision-making process and the reasons have an effect on people. So these are all screenshots he had with this girl, I guess, who was a victim of D'Elia. And it was a lot. It's a comic. I guess she's a comic. I don't want to say names because I don't, I said I'm lost, or I don't know the full story. Was D'Elia ever accused or convicted of assault or rape? I thought he was just creepy, hitting on girls, or I guess he fucked underage girls. Who's this girl and what is this about? With no context, this makes little sense to me. He said he had a court case that was going forward, but they settled out of court. You can read the court docs, some sick shit. Nah, at this point, it's whatever. And I just said, LOL. And then he said, I'm over it. I'm just going to keep posting bitchy tweets. So, yeah, I didn't want to get involved with it because I was like, I don't know, Look, I rarely believe anything anymore. Like anybody accused of anything, the benefit of the doubt, sorry, this is the world we've built. I immediately just go like, who fucking knows? You know what I mean? Like, they just go after everybody for anything. So I don't really know. But he put together this documentary, and it's incredible, right? Like, I mean, this is... And look, I don't know if a lot of it's illegal or not. But it's almost like that Nexium thing. He's like having girls like brand themselves and tattoo a logo of his initials on themselves and stuff. And look, hot, you know what I mean? Crush and puss all over town. The dream. But I guess he was married and had kids and was saying he was being faithful. You know, all kinds of stuff. And, you know, that's not really our business. If he wants to cheat on his wife, that's between them, and that's their stuff. If all the girls want to fuck him and blow him up for cheating on his girl on the road, so be it. But, you know, not really illegal, not really my business. You know, I'm not morality police. I don't care if people do meth while they cheat on their wives. You know, while having consensual sex with any mammal. You know what I mean? As long as it's consensual. But yeah, he put together this thing. He talked to the victims. He talked to the ex-manager. I love it. Dalia's just acting like it doesn't exist. It's so good. You have to address when several women are coming out with stories about you manipulating them and treating them like shit. 500. So yeah, he's 500,000 views on this thing right now. So great. Good for him. Check it out if you haven't checked it out. The Chris D'Elia problem. A little cringy at the end, you know, where he makes it all about himself. I tweeted about it and I said that, you know, what's funny is if you watch it, because he's not really doing anything illegal, I don't think, you know, look, I don't really remember it. This was weeks ago. I don't think he was like doing anything illegal that anybody could really like prove, you know. I guess he's settled, so we'll never know. But all of it's just creepy stuff. And look, you know, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't done a lot of creepy stuff in my years. But, you know, you try to be good to people. But I do know what it's like to be accused of things that are insane. So I tend to walk a little finer wire with it all. But it was great. It was disturbing. It was a sick burn to D'Elia. And when you get to the end, because there's no like actionable thing that like any law enforcement agency can do. It's basically just like, we don't need this guy in our comedy community. And it's like, yeah, he should quit comedy. That's the answer. Make him go find another field to creep around in. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know D'Elia. I've done a few shows with him at the Comedy Store back in the day. My buddy, used to work on that Undateable show, and I went a couple times down to the studio in Burbank and watched a couple filmings of that and like met him and shook hands. But you know, like the dude's charismatic. He would work the crowd. He would work the crowd in between takes on the set of that show. Just crushing it. Like he wins people over. And I think especially when he was younger, he has that kind of like Adam Driver face where it's like just fucked up enough to be kind of interesting and handsome. But I think like as he gets older, like it's warped and it will continue to warp and get more and more deformed. Like Adam Driver and Chris D'Elia, I think, because they have such interesting, severe features, shall not age great. That's a prediction. More fucked up in the face than like Tulsa King. You know what I mean? But that's a good example. You know, you look at a guy like you look at a guy like Rocky Balboa. He's got an interesting face. He's handsome. He's a boxer, but he's got a little jacked up face. Stallone. And you see him when he's older now in Tulsa King. It's like, it's not quite right. It's a little deformed. It's Tom Hanks is getting a little bit of this too. Colin Hanks was born with it. Forget about it. He's going to look like Jigsaw from the Saw movie. Yeah, kind of. Those high, puffy cheekbones. Shrimp pasta. He's fettuccine at best. Yeah, he's like, he kind of has that Dane Cook manic, big stage energy, man. Like he moves very big and crush. Like he does crush young pussy. Volleyball coach Dalia. I like heartburn and crushing people as well, like garlic. Fuck garlic. I don't know. I'll post it on our Instagram. Follow Instagram, NL Onions on Instagram. I'll post a picture of my garlic, shallot, olive oil, rib cap steak. You can follow along. You tell me whether it looks good or not. You tell me if I'm doing it right or not, okay? I'll post it. We got a plane flying over. Jesus Christ. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, there's a show going on tonight. You know, I posted this, but it's you're all friends with Skippy Sprinkles and Angie Crumb, and you're allowing this to happen. It's a crime. Tonight, it's going to be a very fun evening. Skippy Sprinkles runs these. First of all, I didn't realize his website is www.skippysprinkles.fun. So we have two shitty photos of Angie Crumb. She's our headliner, Angie Crumb. Skippy Sprinkles presents comedy and tragedy mask, stand-up comedy, national headliners, space, exclamation, exclamation. Best comedians in the state, space, exclamation, exclamation. Comedy Central with the logo from 94 when Penn Jillette did the voiceovers. And HBO, again, the logo from the 90s. You're all going to sit around and let them tell. Look, here's what a lot of people, I guess, don't seem to understand about comedy. You all think the more shows, the better. Look, we're all just out there doing our thing. It's like, no. These people charge $25 for these shows. It's like, if I have never been to a comedy show, and I spend $20 and go out to a show, and it's Lex Las Vegas and Skippy Sprinkles and Angie Crumb and David Hewlett, and you tell me these people have been on HBO. These people have been on Comedy Central. These are the best headliners in the state. Now, never mind, none of these people could headline any club in the country. None of these people could feature a real comedy club around the country. And they shouldn't even be hosting. Maybe, I don't really know their set, so I can't really comment. I've only seen what I've seen. But if you all want to get together as a community and pretend like these are the best headliners and these are the greatest, then I don't want to be a part of your community anymore. This is disgusting and sick. And it's just as toxic as letting Ty run all over you when you are going to sit back and let this kind of fucking blatant lying advertisement go on in your own community. So if you all want to slap hands with Stumpy Sprinkman and give Angie Crumb coochie claps every time you see her, fucking fine. I won't be doing it. I can't pretend it's okay to do this. It's not okay to do this. Again, if I was a new customer coming out to see stand-up, me and my friends, we paid $20 for this fucking ticket. You tell me they're the best in the country. You tell me they've been on everything. The banner they put up says Netflix, HBO, Comedy Central. You know? So if that's the case, and then I see them and it's mediocre at best, then why would I ever go to another show? Why would I ever go see another comedy show? You know, a lot of people who come out to live comedy have never been to a live comedy show. They've never been to a live comedy show. So when you go out and see a show that you spend good money on, and it's that, and you're told it's the best, why ever go back and see anything else? But it's fine if you want to do it. It's fine. You know, okay. But don't come at me like I'm the bad guy. Don't come at me like I'm not fair. Don't come at me like I'm a bully. Don't come at me like I'm being mean. David Hollywood Hewlett's girlfriend is looking at my profile now. Fuck the fuck off. The number of people lurking on my I have a profile tracker. It really works. I didn't even know if David Hollywood Hewlett had a girlfriend. Yes, I talk about your boyfriend. I don't know him. It's jokes. So when I call him brain injury and I make fun of how he talks, yeah, it's a joke. I don't know him. Seems dumb. So, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. D'Elia will look like Mr. Burns or the Crypt Keeper in his 60s. Hey, is it true that writers have to be Freemasons to stand a chance of getting a sitcom on TV? I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm not familiar with the Freemasons other than do they build everything on Oak Island? I'm confused. How many tennis players does it take to screw in a bulb? That shit was never in. I get it. Jesus Christ. I'll do the jokes, big fellas. So yeah, I don't know, you know, and again, I don't wish anything bad for any of these people. Skippy Sprinkles clearly is a broken dude. I get it. I've received several tips that he's not as broken as he lets on. He pretends to be a little more retarded than he is. For the gram. So, it is what it is. But, this is just lies. Say whatever you want. These are lies in your community, and everyone seems to be just fine with it. Why wouldn't you, next time you see Angie Crum, if you're a friend of hers, why not just say, hey, I noticed you were on a poster where it said you've been on HBO and Comedy Central. What's up with that? And then if she goes, oh, Skippy makes the flyers, and it, by the way, looks like that is true. You know, AI can make a better flyer. I would approach Skippy Sprinkles and go, hey, do you think it's fair that you put Netflix and HBO and Comedy Central and best headliners in the state on your posters and flyers and advertisements when 0-ish% of that is true? Yay! Like, would that be so bad? I'm talking to you, Leah. I'm talking to you, Alex. I'm talking to you, Jay. I'm talking to every comic who does shows with these people. Why don't you just say, hey, do you think you should be putting HBO and Netflix on your posters when that's complete horseshit? No, you guys think it's all fine. By the way, what if you ever get on HBO or Netflix, you know? Doesn't that take away from it a little bit? That Skippy Sprinkles is running around telling everybody he's on it? I guess whatever. Like this is the stuff that hurts comedy. Because you guys are always running around, you know, Ryan Barassa can't stop wagging his finger. Brad Goulby and his girlfriend have a new lesson for the comedy community every other week. You know, what about this? This is complete fraud. Talent fraud, by the way. that counterfeits your talent and takes away your potential audience members in the future. You know. Is Skippy Sprinkles ever going to go up on real shows? No. Is Angie Crumb ever going to have an HBO special? No. The pic looks like she has weird yeah, it's not like God. So insane. Patrick is the pariah of the Vegas comedy scene. No, I mean, I'm not in it, so like I can't be chased out of it. The irony of all of it is like no one approaches me to do a set anywhere, which is fine, you know. But I'm not remotely interested in going and doing this show. For the most part, there's 6 rooms in town I will perform in. 6. I'll let you figure it out. And by the way, that includes LA Comedy Club. I've not in their new room, but I've performed at LA Comedy Club many times. In every iteration of the room back to 2007, 8. And it's a nice room. You know, for all the shit I give it, that is a great, nice room. Needs someone to fucking turn on their brain and fix 3 things. But other than that, great room. I asked Skippy about it. He said it's an open mic. I mean, that's not an answer. So, first of all, thank you for giving a fuck about your community. I'm glad someone fucking switched on. But yeah, even as a producer, especially, I would go like, hey man, should you be putting best headliners in the state on an open mic? Should you be putting HBO, Netflix, Comedy Central on an open mic? You know, I watched, was it Leah? It might have been you, Leah. Was it Leah going like, please recommend female headliners? You couldn't find one. You had to find a dude who turned female. Female headliners. Jozalyn Sharp. Kathleen Dunbar. And I'm done, I think. Who are the female headliners in Vegas? Don't come at me with any Tracy Skeen nonsense. And by the way, did you see your results on that? It was like, fuck. Nikki Carr. I don't know who that is, so I can't comment. Is that a black? I don't know who Nikki Carr is. But I think we're done. Jozalyn Sharp could headline a show. She's very funny. Kathleen Dunbar. I've never really seen her full set, but respect. And she seems like Lindsay Glazer seems like she works. Jill Kimmel seems like she works. I don't know where she lives, but I don't know. She's pretty new, right? She gets a lot of work from the name. Let's be honest. Christina P is good. She's not a Vegas comic. Oh, Leah said I wasn't asking for locals. Oh, you had Summer Sinclair pipe up? I don't know Summer Sinclair. But from what she's, you know, one of these midlife crisis moms like Gretchen Bozert. I wasn't asking for locals. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Look, I'm sure there's tons in LA, but they do this thing. I think it was Brad Goulby's girlfriend was was like going off on Ian Raniere for not booking women or something. I don't know. I don't know what all that's about. I know that eventually they like made up and Brad was like, I was wrong about that. So I don't know what's going on in this town. But as far as Vegas female headliners go, I mean, look, I might be missing somebody and it's not on purpose. But I haven't seen any other names. Notice I took down that post as well after I got the comments. Yeah, I mean, what'd you think was going to happen? But that's what Vegas does to comics. You know, the people I know who come from other cities, like Alex Ansel came up in a real club. In Vegas, there aren't, I mean, and I don't mean this as disrespectful. There aren't real comedy clubs in Vegas. Vegas comedy clubs are a unique thing. A, the shows are short. B, a lot of the clubs, like LA Comedy Club, the lineup could be 6 comics on any given night. 4 of them aren't getting paid, and they're open micers. It's like on any given show down there, you could go up and it's like Butch Bradley, your paid headliner. He might have one guy he's being paid to open for them. I know hosts down there don't make money sometimes. I've been told. And then they'll pick 3 or 4 comics hanging out to do 5 minutes. It's like, so it's like Butch and Amir are getting paid. And then they'll have, or Butch and Alex Ansel, or Butch and whoever. And then they'll also throw Waldeck up, or Alex, or Amir, or Jimmy McMurrin, or whoever. Like, they will just throw up whoever's in the room. It will be part of the show. By the way, Butch Bradley did this in Atlantic City. This isn't a new tactic for Butch Bradley. And not that you should not put open micers up. By all means, give them a chance. But when your lineup and your shows depend on them, you're taking advantage. You're taking advantage. Leah said, I got message. Nikki is great. She works the cellar here and was a finalist on Last Comic Scene. Okay. 100%. I don't know her, and I take your word for it. She sounds great. I got messages that, by the way, Eliza Schlesinger, never mind. New year, we're going to keep it light, okay? I don't want to start this out wrong.
Nannerpuss.
Let's keep it friendly. Should I stop commenting if I'm not living in Vegas? No, you're fine. I've noticed a lot nowadays, a lot of female comics go to is jokes about their vaginas or their sex life, and that's it. I think the nail in the coffin on this stuff was Amy Schumer. She was like the last comic to like do any of that stuff with any kind of originality. That new Nikki Glaser special on HBO, I had to turn it off. It's all about her pussy. It's an hour about her pussy and asshole. Like, I'm not even being... like, about her details about her asshole. And a lot of female comics do this shit where they go, like, men can talk about their dicks. And no. It's like, no dudes worth their salt talk about their dicks. Grow the fuck up. What world do you live? How long have you been telling yourself that lie? And by the way, I'm not saying a comic won't have a dick joke. I'm not saying a comic won't talk about his dick. It's a brief, like, if you come see my hour set and I mention my dick, it's for a minute. And it's because you brought it up. No comic worth their fucking dick and balls is up there just going on and on about their dick. It doesn't happen. Show me the latest Netflix special about with a male comic going on and on about their dick. By the way, when a male comic does it, it's so uncomfortable. I worked with Tracy Morgan back in the I'm Brian Fellows SNL days. I opened for him. He talked about his dick and his son's dick for 40 minutes. It was so uncomfortable, and I mean, he beleaguered the point to where it was so bad and uncomfortable, unbearable. So yeah, when you're a woman and you talk about your vagina and asshole ad nauseum for an hour, it's gross. I'm not saying don't have a good pussy joke. I'm not saying don't have a good period joke. And I'm not saying never don't have a story. Like, by all means, if you have a funny story about your pussy, let's hear it. But if you think you're going to go up and do jokes about how, your pussy, like what? Like that you fuck a lot? These aren't, unless it's going somewhere, that's a setup. So, Ali Wong coming out with her last special where she was kind of like giving us all hints she was about to dump her husband. It was literally like, I'm married, but if I wasn't married, here's a bunch of slutty shit about my pussy. And it was like, this feels like everything Amy Schumer did 10 years ago. And then by the time Nikki Glaser put it out last year, we're all like, this feels 15 years old. This feels inside Amy Schumer old. Oh, CF, happy New Year to you, my good friend. Patrick Tate over here. Oh, by the way, we could talk about Andrew Tate. I don't know a lot about Andrew Tate. But he seems like a fucking nut. I've never really watched his stuff. He's just one of these. I think he's another one of these like false prophet gurus who's basically selling a course. He's no different than any one of these like scammers with Scamborghinis. That's the name of the show. Somebody email me that. Patrick, don't forget to name the show Scamborghini. Yeah, so I don't know the Andrew Tate story. I love the fighting on the Twitter and stuff. That's great. I love that he's going back and forth with Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg's a dumb teenager, but who cares? She's allowed on Twitter. She's handling it right, too. That's the way you handle it. Just zing each other back and forth. Stop getting offended about everything, I like that world. That's the way the world should be. Have you ever tried writing a sitcom? I've written spec scripts. I've never written an original sitcom. I've written a few spec scripts. But no original sitcom. You remember when we read Josh Denny's original sitcom? Where like all drugs were, what's it called? Cypress Hills. Have you ever cut your scrot? Rhymes with don't fucking do it. I use I trim my nut hair with an electric shaver, but I used to do it with a just a razor, and rarely, but sometimes you would cut it, and it's like, ugh. That new Nikki Glaser special was a tough watch. I agree. You don't know how to podcast. That's fucking rude.
You are a rude, terrible person.
He's got Bugattis in different colors. Dude got done in by a pizza box. That's fake news. Stop spreading that. Hit the bong, big man. I'm not smoking weed. You want to donate $100? I'll smoke weed right now. You want to ruin my streak? $100. I'll wait. Not going to happen. Did you see that Josh is restarting his old band? Broken. Yeah. No, I didn't, and I couldn't care less. Oh, should we talk about the William Strange thing? Oh, this is fucking wild. This is gonna be hard to read, so I'll read it because these are long texts. So William Strange, people might not remember this. William Strange is a comedian here in Las Vegas who used to live in Atlantic City. He moved out here with his best friend and mentor, Butch Bradley. Now, Butch Bradley left Atlantic City after the shutting down of his club and the ruining, which you can find out more about at hideawaycomedy.com. But William Strange is not a stable boy, okay? Like, he is the kind of guy who would snap and you know, like, he's a dark passenger. He's not like, now it's not his fault. Butch Bradley is a fucking liar, okay? Butch Bradley is a fucking liar. And Butch Bradley told William Strange that he offered to pay me and I refused and said I just wanted to keep bashing him, not get my money. I want to make this very clear. Give me my fucking money. If you ever offered me that money, as if I wouldn't take it. And immediately tell everybody he finally fucking paid up and apologized. And we'd all move on with our lives. $1,200, Butch. So Butch lied to William Strange, who for a while was crashing on his couch and doing all Butch Bradley's audio video editing. Butch Bradley loves to take advantage of people to do this kind of stuff. He's taking advantage of other Vegas comics to do this. Doesn't pay them. Offers them free unpaid stage time in exchange. I watched him do this in Atlantic City. Make open micers, buy him drinks at bars, and then promise him weeks hosting at his club. Unpaid weeks hosting to buy this guy drinks at a bar. He uses open micers. He uses weak talent. So William Strange, you know, weirdo extraordinaire, and not in a good way, like Waldeck. Brought a knife to a show one night and told 3 people told me this, that he showed them the knife and said, I'm going to stab Patrick Melton. Now, this was after him posting online, if I see Patrick Melton out and about, I'm going to bash him with a brick over the head because he tried to ruin Butch Bradley after Butch Bradley offered to pay him. It's like, okay, so Butch lied to you, and because you're such a fucking dummy, you not only believe his lie, but you're activated? Now you're going to get a brick and go do his dirty work? Fuck you. And I mean, I don't typically carry a weapon, but if you had lunged at me with that knife, I don't know what you think would have gone down, but you're a short, fat man who wears a spared no expense Jurassic Park hat everywhere you go. You look like Carmen Sandiego if she was made of black licorice. So if you dive at me, you fucking bowling ball shaped dope, I'm going to use your fucking momentum to slam you into the ground. And you might just dull the end of your knife. So watch yourself. Also, don't stab people. What are we doing? You know, grow the fuck up. Use your words. Are you a sharp-tongued comedian, or do you need to flip knives around in the moonlight and act like a fucking loose unit? And, you know, Dominguez, Alex Ansel were all there that night in a circle where this guy, like, lunged at me for a second and then ran off. Like he came at me for a split second like he was going to come at me. You all saw it. I'm not saying he pulled the blade out and aimed it at me, but he showed several people earlier that night and said he was going to stab me. And then at that moment, he kind of darted at me and then thought about it. You saw his broken brain think about it. And then he decided to fucking run off. Remember he ran into the parking lot, arms at his side like Napoleon Dynamite? Gosh. It was a very weird thing. But we have a guy who's threatened to bash me over the head with bricks and pipes. We have a guy who's shown a knife and said he was going to stab me. And then I get a message with this on it on Saturday or Sunday. Oof. Take a look at this thing. William Strange posts this. Part 1. So I used to live with Davian Velez. I don't know who that is. And let me tell you, it was the worst few months I've spent in Vegas. He approached me 3 times to live with him, and the first 2 times he approached me, I said no because I didn't want to spend the money he was asking. The 3rd time he told me I would only have to pay $700 a month, and I could do video work to cover the rest of the rent. What? Can we pull up William Strange's video? I have a feeling that William Strange is the one who filmed and edited this. That's about the time I think William Strange was living with Butch. So I think that Land of Giants TV was going to be Butch and William Strange's project. Wonder why it never went anywhere. So, all right, sorry, back to it. I just want to give a little background on it. Said I could do video work to cover the rest of the rent. Whoa! What just happened? Fuck. I tapped a button. Porn music button. You guys like that? We can just keep that. If you think this adds to the program, we'll keep it going. I agreed, and I gave my old landlord 30 days notice. Things almost immediately went south. When a couple of days before I was supposed to move, he raised my rent to $800. I thought this was shady, but it's too late to go back to my old apartment, and I didn't have many options. So I just took the extra $100 and moved in. Once I was in, I can't do it with this. Sorry, it's distracting me. I thought this was shady, but too late to go back to my old apartment. I didn't have many options. I took the extra $100 and moved in. Once I was in, he immediately hit me with the rules. I wasn't allowed to have guests over unless he approved. And even then, they were only allowed in my room. I was allowed in the living room, but only if he wasn't home. And if he was, I needed his permission. Again, I didn't really have much of a choice because I didn't have a car and I couldn't really leave. While I lived there, he would barge into my room, demand I take off work to film him, which again was part of the rent, but he would tell me the night of his show that I needed to do it, giving me no time to call out. What does William Strange do? What does William Strange do? Anybody know? During this time, he threatened to shoot me 12 times and pulled out his gun on me 4 times. Most of those threats were completely random reasons. He once threatened to shoot me and bury, and hold on, I lost the place. He once threatened to shoot me and bury my body in the desert if I got monkeypox. He actually pointed his gun at me because I walked out of my bathroom and I didn't turn off the light. He would constantly berate me for being messy. When he would leave crusty, week-old dog food on the floor. Do any of these guys have like an end game for life? While you're in your 20s and early 30s, it might be fun playing comedian, making all your money from DoorDash deliveries on the side and playing comic. But you know, the solution to this ultimately is like, start putting some money away and get your own place. I know you want to be a comic. I know you want to be one. But let me just tell you something. Not every baby turtle makes it to the ocean. This thing about, I'll just be 58 years old and run around looking like Bruce Leonard. It's the only older guy comic I can think. T.C. Morgan. This isn't an indictment of their comedy anyway. I don't know their comedy. And have 4 roommates into my 70s. What's the plan here? He wanted me to go film him and I couldn't call off for my shift. It's like, oh. How old are y'all? Fucking hell. Guy really takes after Ty, my God. Joe said he was threatened for his rent from a muscle-loaded black powder rifle once. Those are at least 5 feet. I don't know what you're talking about. So this is wild to me. You're both probably messy. Dog food on the floor. What's going on? Does the dog not eat it? There's more. He would berate me for being messy. He would leave crusty, week-old dog. How do you know how old the dog food is? On the floor and let his dog Snoopy shit all over the apartment. And by the way, this guy's just waving around a gun. But last week I spent in the apartment. He tried to barge into my room, but I locked the door so he couldn't get in. When he couldn't barge into my room, he proceeded to piss on my door. This is at his place. By the way, you're all moving into places. You don't know the rules. You don't know the rent. There's no contracts. What are you all doing? Have you lived? And then somebody said, bruh. And then he said, yeah, right now I'm living out of my car. William Strange is living out of his car. Got him. Confirmed. That's the first got him of 2023, everybody. We really, really did it. We really, really did it. The final straw was when he approached me on the 30th of December to tell me I needed to pay $1,000 for rent on the 1st. He had approached me a couple... I got this for you too. Hold on. Yep, here it is. The final straw is he approached me on the 30th of December to tell me I need to pay $1,000 for rent on the 1st. He had approached me a couple months ago and said if I didn't do video work for him for the month, I had to pay $1,000 rent, and I had to pay that much in November because I didn't have any shows. Because he didn't have any shows. But I did video work for him in December, so my rent should have only been $800. He told me it didn't count because he didn't think it was enough. There had been months where I put in 10 plus hours of video work and I still had to pay $800 for rent. So it wasn't like my rent went down if I did more work. The rent fluctuated depending on what was convenient for Davian. So I realized that the amount of work I had to make... Are you a fucking pussy? By the way, you know, I don't know how old this guy was, but like... Are you over 30? If a man first of all, I would have walked up to his gun and put it in my mouth and said, do it. I would have thrown your fucking gun in a fish tank, bruh. And by the way, you're pissing in your own apartment. How is that getting me? You pissed on my door? You're all fucking animals, dude. You're all fucking animals. If he's homeless, he's definitely taking after Ty. My favorite was Dante's comment. I don't know who Dante is or what the comment was. What was it? Bruce is cool. He's lived a fun life. I talked to Bruce outside of Artifice one night. You know, I never introduced myself to him, and I don't know if he knows who I am or whatever, but we were just talking about something we were watching out on the street. He seems nice guy. Ty takes him on the road to open for him. So it's like, I can't imagine being a 60-year-old guy opening for Ty Rivera. So that's just fucking nuts. But, yeah, that's what it is. And then I posted the screenshot of William Strange's threat to me. Hold on, let me get it. I don't have it on a slide for you. We'll fix all this in post. Yeah, so this is William Strange's mid-2021 post about me on a thread. If I see Patrick Melton out and about, he might get a brick to the head. When I first started in Jersey, he was bullying a bunch of open micers. I don't even know what this part is about. I never bullied a bunch of open micers. The only thing I met a bunch of open micers when I headlined Butch's Club in 2015 in Atlantic City. And I told them that when all this went down, I just said, Butch is using you. Butch is using you all. You shouldn't be buying him drinks for free, for unpaid stage time. That's not the way it works. He's taking advantage of you. Now, this was twofold. Number one, it's true, and comics do need to learn to stick up for themselves. I'm proud when comics grow and learn to stick up for themselves and value themselves, especially when they're funny and worth it. You know, I watched my baby boy Kool-Aid. He's grown so much in the past 4 or 5 years, sticking up for himself, learning to value himself. I still roast him, and then he comes at me like, you're a piece of shit. And I'm like, yeah, I am. I love Kool-Aid. He's funny, and people take advantage of him, or at least they used to, and he's started sticking up for himself a little bit and realizing, yeah, it's fucked up. So, you know, I am a kind of a champion of open micers. I'd like everyone to be good and do well and support each other. I know you don't think that's true because of the pessimistic attitudes and the roasting, but like for the most part, I want people to do well and get along. It'd be great. I refuse to join your delusions. You know, you guys all want to pretend Skippy, Sprinkles, and Angie Crum are the best headliners in the state. Good luck. Have a nice trip. I'm not coming with you on that journey. You know, and the minute you start altering your perception of reality like that, you know, get it together. Kool-Aid should be getting more spots. I don't know how many spots Kool-Aid gets, if he deserves more or less. I couldn't comment. I have no idea how many he gets. But I'm sure he should. The people who should be getting spots at certain places don't get spots at certain places. But I don't want to say it because it doesn't need to be said. Just don't worry about it. Everybody's doing great. You're all fine. So he's saying that I bullied a bunch of this just didn't happen. I might have contacted open micers and go like, yo, here's what Butch is doing. And if he's doing it to me, he might do it to you. He's already using you for this. So he's full of shit. I don't know William. I never knew William Strange. So this is just insane to lie about me. But again, I think it's what Butch told him. So I told him this, by the way, that night he had a breakdown. I was like, Butch lied to you. He never tried to pay me. He was supposed to pay me for a headlining weekend. Him and his partner fucked me over deliberately, lied to me several times about checks being in the mail. He's a liar. He fucked me hard. I've never done anything to him. So I'm sorry that your feelings are conflicted. I said this to him. I was like, I'm sorry that you're like emotional because you think I hurt your friend Butch, but that's not what happened. Go talk to him. And you could see it in his head, you know, as his slow fucking pea brain tried to fucking get it together and reckon with himself. When I first started Jersey, he was bullying a bunch of open markets. Yeah. I'm visiting because a club didn't pay me. I bullied a bunch of open micers. How does that resolve the situation? How does that get me my money and get me back into the club? You know, at the time, I was a headlining comedian around the world. And like, I don't want to come back and work this club. No, I want to bully open micers because I didn't get paid by a club. What? Then when another comedian offered to pay him out of his own pocket and deal with the club later. So he's talking about Butch. Butch is the club owner. He didn't offer to pay me out of his pocket and deal with the club. He never offered to pay me. As if, again, you just use your common sense. If I was owed money and offered to be paid that money, why wouldn't that have ended it right then and there? Why would I go, no, I've got a website up that I want to tell a story about. Instead of just taking the money he really didn't deserve. And again, why didn't I deserve it? I headlined a club all weekend. I did my job. You don't know what you're talking about. You've never been paid to headline a club. You're out of your depth. Put your hat back on and go do open mics. Adults are talking. Melton decided to turn on the comedian, Butch, and attempted to destroy their career. What I'm saying is fuck Patrick Melton hard with a rusty pipe. It's like, you're a broken dude, dog. Like, none of that makes sense. I never try to ruin an open micer. The fuck does that even mean? And then Trez Mala goes, yeah, I was also told he treats the staff at clubs like shit. Very rude, condescending, all around miserable, and wants others to feel the same way. Good old Patty Cake's meltdown got some mental issues. It's like, again, Alex Ansel, I met you in 2011, featuring for Godfrey in San Antonio at LOL Comedy Club. That's when I met Alex Ansel, 12 years ago. How did I treat the staff, Alex? 12 years ago, before I knew any of this was ever going to, 12 years ago. And then I would come through every year. Now, I imagine I wouldn't come through every fucking year if I mistreated. I imagine I would get bumped up to headliner there if I mistreated the staff every time. So you tell me. Like, Trez Mala has never been to one fucking club I've ever worked. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Yeah, I heard he's real condescending and treats staff like shit. He's got some real mental problems. It's like, what? I take the staff out. I buy the staff drinks. I tip every bit of every... Like, what are you talking about? I'm not retarded. I understand the business. I understand the staff needs to like you to work clubs. I mean, it's insane. I mean, Alex says, I don't recall any mistreatment. Dude, we used to go out with Mary. We used to go out with Mary drinking. She would give us rides. We used to go smoke weed out back in between sets and in between shows with the staff. Who was the redheaded dude, the cook? I can't remember his name. Dude, I knew all these people, at that club. So I don't know, you don't know what you're talking about. I've been doing comedy for 20 fucking years. Like, I don't mistreat the staff at places. Are you out of your mind? Now, if I get mistreated by somebody, Zach, yes. It's so comical that like a guy who only does shows at Chonkla's in between Hoover Dam tours knows how I treat the staff in Toledo, Ohio, or San Antonio, or Shreveport, or Kansas City, or the Poconos, or Baltimore, or Florida. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Where do you get your intel, dumb? I heard did you? Where'd you hear that? The net? Mary, the bartender, still asks about me? No, she's very cute. She had a Finding Nemo tattoo that was bright as fuck on her arm. Anyway, name the staff. Find people who know me from comedy. You're out of your mind. Sorry, but you let me know when I'm rude to people on Hoover Dam tours. That's what you're qualified to assess. It wouldn't bother me as much if he could actually back up his shit, but he always shies away from face-to-face confrontation just to talk shit from behind a computer. I have stared at your face at no less than 10 shows this year, William Strange. You and I have been at 10 shows this year since you threatened me, where you walked in the room and eyeball fucked me with your weird fingernail polish energy. And I stare right back at you and I smile and I wave at you. And then you turn away shy and then walk away. What am I hiding? What? It wouldn't bother me if he could back up his shit, but he just hides behind a keyboard. What? I'm 6'5" and all of the pounds. Aside from like Sean Fitzsimmons, David Hollywood Hewlett, these guys who are trained. You think I'm hiding from you, William Strange? William Dino DNA Strange? Get the fuck out of here. You guys love to just say shit without backing it up. Patrick won't come out from behind the keyboard. What? I'm in a room with all of you people all the time. You don't say anything to me. Crumb just stares at me from across a crate of crackers at a party. Am I shying away from her, or do I have nothing to say to her? Am I scared? No, I'm at a party with you. William Strange, I've eyeball fucked you in 1 million bars and 1 million shows this year. What am I hiding from? Fat boy, come tell me what you have to say. Come get your pipe. Come flick your fucking blade out at me. Do it, fat boy. Do it. Stab me at a party, stupid. Do it. I wish you'd back it up instead of just hiding behind a keyboard. If I see Patrick Melton, I bash him with it. You've seen me a ton. Where's the brick? Where's the knife? I'm going to stab Patrick Melton. You just tell people that outside of a bar, and what do you think? They're going to come to you and be like, wow, he's really cool. He's going to stab Patrick. Do it. Do it for Butch. Do it for Butch's lies. Let Butch convince you I need to be stabbed. You're a fat nudge. What can I back up, Tubby? My favorite thing is that he's a victim. Like, you won't believe this guy threatened me. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you. I love the victiming. You guys are anything. By the way, when he did this, I did not. He threatened me, and I went out that night and saw him in a bar. And then I got 3 people came up to me, Matt Markman and 2 other people. I won't mention their names. Came up to me and said, he's outside showing a knife saying he's going to stab you. What do you think I did? Slipped out the back door and ran to my car? No! I went out to my trunk and gave hats out to fans. Adam Dominguez and Alex, I think I gave a hat to that night. And they were all standing around my car in a circle talking, including William Strange. And then all this shit went down. Don't threaten to attack people physically. And don't attack people physically. And don't say that people are scared of you when they're 100% not. Where would you like to meet? Just let me know when you can schedule off your shift. Or if you're living out of your car, maybe you're mobile now. Come to me. I have a spare bedroom. Would you like a place to crash? I don't like anybody. That's insane for people to be sleeping in their car. It's cold. This place is nuts. People who threaten violence on people then run around claiming victim when violence is threatened on them. Now, I don't know Davian, but he posts, I realize that it's this guy who posts, I've seen him post this 4 to 9 times in the past year or two in the Facebook group. You know, you can go on Las Vegas Comedians Facebook group, click this guy's name. This is him. Oh, he's got a comedy cube? Fuck yeah. Attention, let me break this down for you. So he posted the comedy group. And again, he posts this kind of thing all the time. Isn't there a way to see all posts by Davian Velez? Attention comedians with a real day job looking for a place to live in Vegas. Now, most people would probably skim right by that and go like, oh, he wants people who can really pay for an apartment. So he doesn't want comics who are like he doesn't want someone who's making $25 a day doing comedy and scraping together rent to live in his room. He wants somebody with regular income. So in his mind, the only way to have a comic roommate with a regular income is for him to have a roommate who's a comedian, but also has another job, a day job. It's like these people at this guy's level and William Strange's level can't fathom a comedian making enough to live on. So they have to go, comedians only with day jobs. It's like, That's not comedians. That's baristas. That's drivers. That's Hoover Dam tour guides who also do comedy. Amateur comedians is what I think you mean. But at that point, why even mention it? Just go, people with provable income. Because it's weird that you have to say comedians with day jobs. Why? Like, even Ty Rivera, I guess, works enough to pay rent. Like, why do they have to have a day job if they're good enough, if they have money? But these people at this level can't even fathom a comedian making enough money to live. They must have a day job or live with their parents. If you're a comedian and you don't have a day job, you probably live with your parents or rent-free somewhere. And if you are a comedian who wants to live with him, you're going to need to work at Chipotle. So just to put you in the right frame for where we're going, like what kind of people we're dealing with, they can't even fathom like a comedian like making a living off being a comedian. I'm renting my spare bedroom, which includes your own private bathroom and 2 large closets. What about the piss? Does he mention the piss anywhere? Access to the kitchen, washer and dryer, free parking, and access to all amenities, which are 3 pools, 3 jacuzzis, barbecue areas, dog park, 24-hour gym, game and movie room. These apartments love to do this. Like, there's a game and movie room? They always have like a room with a 60-inch TV and a bunch of recliners. And it's got like a fridge and a popcorn machine. And they're like, we have a movie theater. It's like, you're never going to use this room. Who goes like, oh yeah, I want to pop a DVD in. Let's go down to the theater. Oh wait, every time it's about the time I'd want to watch a movie, it's closed. What are the hours for the theater room? Oh, let me guess. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.? If you want to go to the theater room, what is this hurting my ear so much? Jesus Christ. I think I had these on crooked. The theater room. These fucking places. A dog park. Rent is $1,100. So remember, he told William Strange $800, then $700, then $1,000, and now he's asking for $1,100. $1,100 to rent a room. I had an apartment. I used to have an apartment over off like Rainbow and Sahara. Not a bad area, Spring Valley. And that apartment, it was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, big living room, balcony, hardwood floors, fireplace. Nice apartment. Like, I liked my apartment. I think it was 1,600 square feet. Not a big apartment. It had a giant tub. Kool-Aid and I could lay down in the tub together and just scissor. Big tub. I'm calling Kool-Aid that. That place was $1,000 and something a month. He wants $1,100 a month to live in a piss-soaked, gun-addled room. Just bullet holes in the wall like the fucking ORV in Goonies. Jesus. The place is called the Presley. 1 month security to move in. He says will go quick, but he's been posting it for weeks. And then it's at the Presley. And then it's got 1 like from Tom Harrington. What if I comment, William Strange says you pissed on his room and threatened him with a gun. Any of that true? Would this start anything? Who is this guy? How tough could this guy be? Like if I post this, is he out of his mind? By the way, I gotta apologize. On the last show, I said Lex Las Vegas was texting me, all pissed off at me. I saw it out of the corner of my mind. That's wrong. It was Trouble in Vegas who was texting the shit out of me. I would like to do your show. I could give a fuck how you feel. This bitch and the owner of Ocha are going for blood. Ty? Or no, Casper. Casper and the owner of Ocha are going for blood now that he's ran out of town and their open mic has cost them more than it made. I don't know what the fuck that means. That's a real message from Trouble in Vegas on my shit. So if anybody knows what the fuck any of that means, I'd like to do your show. I can give a fuck what you think about me. It's like, So it wasn't Lex Las Vegas. I don't know if Lex Las Vegas is mad at me or not. Lex is a nice guy. Everybody likes Lex. I don't have anything against Lex. And if I've lumped Lex in with the bad open mic comedians, that's unfairly because I haven't really seen Lex Las Vegas perform. So apologies. If he's mad, he's never been anything but nice and cool to me. I'm sorry that I said I don't want to do the spotlight. I don't have anything that needs to be spotlighted nor deserves to be spotlighted other than hitting the like button. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. It means a lot. It helps the algorithm. Leave a comment. This stuff matters. Is this Davian Velez guy any good? Likeable asshole. See profile picture. This guy's pulling guns on people? He looks like a twink. What is this show? Angie Crumb, Davian Velez, and Snoopy. Like, who makes these flyers? Big Irish J. How many comics? Okay. Davian Velez, Snoopy, Angie Crumb, Tara Kanabuchi, Castranace. By Comedy Bites Inc. Who is this? Hey, Leah, who's Comedy Bites Inc.? I need to know who all these companies are. With Mark Simmons and Big Irish J. It's like, why is the headliner the tiniest guy at the bottom? Why is Davian Velez's dog bigger than Big Irish J, the headliner? This is an exercise in vanity. This is nuts. This guy seems like a fucking loon. Oh, he did Laugh After Dark. He must be okay. If they put you on Laugh After, oh God, was he in New York? Straight out of Puerto Rico? Is he going to pull a gun on me? He's Puerto Rican, but very loud. He did a guest spot last night at Diaz's show and tried to sell t-shirts. Yeah. I'm like, I know there's still friends of mine who do this. Stop. What do you make? I don't know. Dude, I don't know. If you got to sell 3 shirts after every open mic. He's from New York. All right, let's look up his special. Davian Velez. And by the way, David, don't come after me with a fucking gun. You might fuck around and find out, dog. Davian Velez. This can't be a real guy. Davian had a falling out with Kitty Pineapple, so I suggested he replace Kitty's phono with Snoopy. Yeah, but why are all the open micers pictures bigger than Jay Hollingsworth? It's like Big Irish J is a touring headlining comedian. So you shrunk his picture and put it on the bottom to blow up Angie Crumb and some other chick and Kitty Pineapple. You are trying to fuck these girls, or you're fucking these girls. Is there any history between Davian and Angie Crumb? Answer me honestly. She seems to love to go through every Latin penis in town. Let's see. Davian Velez, Caroline. Okay, he's been at some clubs. Davian Velez Comedy Cube. likable asshole. Here we go.
Yeah, how we feeling, everybody? We feeling good? Make some noise. Come on. All right, have a seat. Welcome to the Comedy Cube. This guy coming to the stage is one of my favorites. Not only is he so funny, guys, he also has his own travel show where he produced and created called Comedy Bites. Everyone, make some noise for Davian Velez.
Shocker. Comedy Bites is his show. Great.
Yes, I came all the way from the Bronx. How you guys doing? That's right. I'm from New York, Puerto Rican from New York. That's right. You know, COVID shut down New York. I said, you know what, babe, fuck that shit. Grab the dog. I bought a convertible before I lose my hair, and we moved to Vegas. That's right. I'm one of y'all, West Coast, whatever that is. You know, that whole time, I don't know. I like it, though. I like this West Coast stuff. In Vegas, I'm seeing stuff in Vegas that you don't see in New York. Like, they got the desert. We got trees and grass in New York, in the Bronx. You know, they got casinos. You know, we got closest thing is Atlantic City. If any of y'all ever want to go to Atlantic City and you want to know what it's like, picture Vegas taking a shit.
Just ask William Strange.
They got stuff you see. I've never seen the stuff that I've seen in Vegas. You see
Eric Stone says, this guy's a character, man. I've seen him at Champagne's when he first came to Vegas. Oh, God.
Bronx, New York, they don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, in New York, I'm 6'3". Most of them are 3'6", okay? Mexico in the house? Mexico, where you at? I love y'all. Y'all are cool out here, but that English thing messed me up. I was like, yo.
How many people live in the house? How many people live in Davian Velez's house with him? And by the way, you guys know him better than me. What if I write this comment? I heard you pull guns on people and piss on their rooms. Will he get mad as fuck? It's only funny if he'll get mad. If he's gonna be like, ha 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 ha, that guy's crazy, and play it off, it's no fun. But if he's gonna be like, say it to my face, motherfucker, then I want to see him. I really kind of want to see him come loose. But I don't like to, you know, people don't know this. I don't comment a lot in the. I delete comments 24 hours after I make them. I don't like a paper trail. But I do like to troll. Oh, God, I did Sarah Silverman's. I had so much fun. So they're letting Sarah Silverman host The Daily Show instead of just putting it out of its misery. It's like having a terminally ill dog with cancer. And instead of doing the humane thing and putting it down, they dress it up for one more Halloween just to make it miserable. That's what I feel like The Daily Show is. So they're letting Sarah Silverman host The Daily Show for a week. And it popped up like an advertisement in my thing, and I was like, ugh, imagine how painful this is going to be. And of course, 9 million of her fans started attacking me, and I just answer every fucking one of them with nonsense. You know, they're like, you must be a wannabe comedian piece of shit. And I'm just like, say it to my pellet grill, you know, like just nonsense. And they don't, like, people aren't used to being fucked with like that. Like normal women start insulting me. One guy, also like normal people are just like so worried about everything. Like I could give two fucks. I'm nuts. Like this guy said that like my face looks like I suck cock. And I said, "Oh wow, now you're committing a hate crime by making fun of me for being gay." Wow, that's what I write, and then immediately they come back and go like, "Sorry, I didn't know you were gay, but still, you shouldn't be attacking her." It's like immediate apologies, like, "Oh God, I'm sorry. If you're gay, anything goes." It's so fucking good. Normies are so fun. But you take like a normal woman, like a housewife, who's like, Sarah Silverman's going to be... By the way, Sarah Silverman's comedy is very funny. I like Sarah Silverman's stand-up. Go watch what she's become. She's like Seth Rogen now, like just a broken... She turned off her brain and has no common sense anymore. Like, I don't want to get into it, but she's nuts. Like, she's just... Like Seth Rogen tweeted about, like somebody was like, about all the crime in San Francisco, and Seth Rogen wrote, like, my car's been broken into 17 times. It's called living in a city. It's like, you're all fucked. Like, you're not supposed to get your car broken into 17 times. That's not okay. It's not part of living in a city. Like, everyone's just fucking out of their minds. Josh Marks goes, they're woke. You just don't understand. It's like, yeah, I do. That's the problem. They're broke. It's like everyone who thinks that football player like collapsed from the vaccine. It's just like, is everyone's brain just switch? No one has the ability to think for themselves anymore. You're all just aligned with the left or the right, and whatever the opinions are on that side, you're just you're all dumb. Wake up, everybody. You're allowed to have an opinion that goes against like your registered party. And you're allowed to have an opinion that everyone else is saying is wrong. You're allowed to just think whatever you want. Try it sometime. Don't do the H3 Ethan thing of going like, you don't even have to think, dude. The CDC's telling you what to do. Why even think about it? It's like, oh. It's like, did you know it's a law? Did you know it's a law that like people can't inquire and NIH professionals, National Institute of Health professionals, don't have to disclose how much they're paid from pharmaceutical companies? Do you think that's a conflict of interest? Do you think this is weird? You can't say that. What are you, an anti-vaxxer? It's like, okay, what are we doing? Wake up, everybody. If your car gets broken into 17 times, it might be a you problem. Once or twice in a bad area, okay, sure. I mean, I've had my car broken into once when I was in college in my driveway. And that's it. In all my years in LA, never got it broken into. I have friends with cars in New York. Never got the car broken into. Parked on the street. So, yeah, I don't know. H3 just panders to it. No, he's all over the place. He doesn't even know what he is anymore. It's so sad. It's so fucking insane. Shout out to Maddox. Sweet kid. So yeah, Davian seems like a fucking nut. 3.7 thousand views. Pointing guns at people. I love that people come on these Comedy Cube specials and like, wow, man, congrats on the special. I knew you back when. It's like, you know, anybody can put a video on YouTube, right? Holy shit. We're so fucking out of it, man. We're so out of it. I won't name names, but a big headlining comedian that we all know, out and about doing his thing or her thing. You're at a comedy club. It's a name comedy club. Real name comedy club. It's packed on a holiday weekend. Packed out. You post a photo and say, blank city, I'm not going to give it away, really showed up for me this weekend. They came out for me. It's like you telling me that Kitty Pineapple's like selling out the Blue Note. Does the Blue Note sell out all the time? I need more information. When I'm headlining a show at a comedy club that's a built-in audience of 300 that's there, no matter who's there, it would be so cringe of me to post a photo and be like, they came out for me. It's like, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. They came out for comedy. You might have had a great show and you might have killed it. I hope you got some new fans out of it. You did not sell out a room. Now, I'm not saying Kitty Pineapple didn't. She may have a really hyper-localized, big following on her island. This isn't really about Kitty Pineapple. The point is, I don't know what you get out of lying to anyone in the know knows that you didn't get all those people out. How do I know? You have 7 likes on your photo. So I don't know what you get out of lying about. You packed out a room. Everyone came out for you. You sold out 2 shows. You sold out 4 shows. It's like, I don't know what you post out of, holy shit, everybody just found out some big news. Stay tuned, about to blow up. And then months go by and there's no big news and nothing's about to blow up. And you're still with 6 roommates and working part-time down at the Dairy Shack. Do you think we forgot? No. The 5 people who liked that post would like some answers. What's the big news? So, look, live in your truth. Learn to, there's no shame in being a comedian that nobody knows their name and still working clubs and traveling around and making a living and killing it in every club you go to and slowly building up a following. There's no shame in that. But let's be honest, I don't know, every comic in the room that I've seen tonight, Alex Ansel, Penny Prince, Penny Prince, very funny. Alex Ansel, very funny. Tom Baum, very funny. Lots of funny comics in town. Jozalyn Sharp, very funny. Trix, Jay Hollingsworth, Patrick Melton. Lots of very, very funny comics in town. Do you think if you had a one-man show based on name recognition alone, your social media posts alone, no advertisement, no room recognition, no name recognition, we're all renting a black box theater off strip somewhere, how many tickets do you think you could sell? Alex Ansel's one night only show. Penny Prince's Patrick Melton, one night only, coming out. Kitty Pineapple, one night only. What are we talking? Because you all go around, I had to sit and look Diaz Mackey in the face as he told me he could sell 100 tickets in any city in this country. It's like, you'd be doing it. That's a good living. If you could tour around in every state, go to the Capitol and sell 100 tickets, you'd never have a weekend off and you'd make good money. So you got to start being, if you're from Vegas, yeah, maybe you get 25, 50 people out. Maybe all the coworkers from your old job or your current job. Maybe you work at Boulder Dam and you get a whole busload of people to come out tonight. You know what I mean? You're not selling out. What are you talking about? Back when this show used to get 120,000 downloads an episode 10 years ago, we would go to London and do a show. We would go to Germany and do a show. We did a show in New York. We'd go to Indianapolis and do a show. We'd go to Minneapolis and do a show. Vegas and do a show. Tampa and do a show. LA, we did shows. We'd sell 100 tickets. We'd sell 100 to 150 tickets. And once a year, we'd go to London and do a show. We'd sell 25-pound tickets and we'd move 100, 150 of them. I'm not delusional. It's enough to, it's enough to pay for a trip, but I'm not rich. I don't run around telling people that, I could move tickets. And now, are you kidding? I guess if I enough notice and I put something, maybe I could move 100 tickets, folks. We're having a big show in Vegas. Fly out. Here's a hotel deal. Maybe. No, but I go headline clubs and there'll be 300 people in the room. I don't think they're there for me. Now, it's nice when you go hey, we saw you last time, we came out again. Or, hey, we listened to the podcast, that's nice. But you're not filling a room. Penny Prince says, shit, nobody knows me, 25 maybe. Yeah, it's not an indictment of your talent. It's It's like, and by the way, let's step it up. This is why when like Ty Rivera has open micers full, like open micers believe this shit about headliners when they're starting out. Oh, Ty Rivera probably has a following. It's like he doesn't. He's fooled you. he doesn't. He goes live on YouTube. He gets 3 viewers. 2 of them are us because we have 2 tabs open. I just recalibrate everyone. I don't know why, but it just really bugs me. This business is hard, and we work really hard for little accomplishments that mean things. And when Skippy Sprinkles can just say he's on HBO and Netflix, and all these people, why did you delete that message, Penny? You may be able to delete it, but we got it. It's archived forever. Keep it on the screen, guys. Penny Prince says 25 people. He only has 25 fans, everybody. Penny Prince only has 25 fucking fans. What a fucking loser! Don't be deleting comments. I'm kidding. For me. Holy shit. He said that was an accident. No. We stand by it. We are roasting you. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm not that strong at marketing either, clearly. It's fucking great. Oh, shit. I don't know, man. I don't have the answers, but I'm tapped out. I don't know if I want to be in this anymore. I might just retire and make fun of the rest of you. Oh, fucking hell. Can we watch Summer Sinclair? Off-topic rant. You know what it takes to get an off-topic rant? And believe me, I got a great one loaded up, but you're going to have to pay for it. Let's watch Summer Sinclair because I started exploring her when she replied to Leah's post. I'm looking for female headliners. It's like, bitch, you're not qualified to park cars in a comedy club. I don't know what it is about like middle-aged women who decide to get into comedy. They're the worst. They're the worst. And there's so many funny like female comics, like I'm not taking anything away from funny. One of my favorite female comics to this day is Tig. I worked with Tig. The first time I worked with Tig was like 2006 or 5 maybe. I don't know. 2006 or 7, I was featuring for her at an improv. And the manager was staying up counting the drawers and stuff one night. We stayed up in that bar until 6 a.m. just talking. I was new, at comedy. But she's so nice and fucking dry and funny. I remember Adam, my old partner on the show, Adam Weeks, he hated her. He's like, he hated women comics. He didn't think they were funny. She's so she was so good and so dry that she killed me and became one of my favorites. And I worked with her a few times back in Tampa. And then when I moved to LA, I started, she'd be on a show at the Improv every once in a while. I would do so nice, so friendly. And then she had her breast scooped off. I stopped talking to her, but just a good person. Beth Stelling, Taylor Tomlinson. Again, Sarah Silverman. I like Sarah Silverman's comedy. I've seen her at the Improv a million times. Like her Jesus is Magic, all those special. I liked Sarah Silverman show, Steve Agee, and all great shows. Brian Posehn and stuff. So it's when you attack a Gretchen Bossert or a Summer Sinclair or an Angie Crum, it's very easy to go like, oh, you don't like women comics. It's like, no, I like funny women comics. Jozalyn Sharp is one of the best people I've ever had on the show in Vegas. Jozalyn Sharp's fucking funny, man. And on the podcast, like just conversationally, like I have such a good time with her on the show. We get her back. I got to get her back on the show. I told her that I would do that. She's got a special coming out. She wants to plug it. Now it's Laugh After Dark, so nobody's ever going to see any of these specials. But, you know, that's why I don't even feel bad about mine and what happened. So, but she's got one coming out. It's going to look great. It's going to sound great. Nobody will see it. We're going to get Robert Lee from Laugh After Dark on the show too. He's got a lot of dirt. And we'll get him like liquored up, you know? We're going to get him liquored up. We're going to get the secrets out. Let me come on the show so I can get 26 fans. Fuck you. People don't understand. I do make a living off this program. I do get hundreds of people to pay for it. The YouTube is struggling, but you know, we'll get there. Holy fuck. Yeah, I'd have you on, Penny. You're welcome. I would. This is not a joke. I'd love to have a co-host on this show, and get it back to the funny and just stop. You know, right now it's just me tearing apart the world. But this used to be a very funny topical show. But when it's just me, I tend to get. Is it boring? Let me ask two questions to the crowd. First of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as usual. Have you noticed a difference in the coughing tonight? Have you noticed a difference in my voice? Has it been less annoying that I've had to like cough or clear my throat? Noticeable. Has it been noticeable? If we do, we'll call it Grumpy Young Men. No, we'll call it Nobody Likes Onions. I'm not buying more domains. Can we call it Penny for Your Thoughts? Penny for Your Thoughts with Penny Prince.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to find a real good normal co-host for this show, but doubt it. Penny for Your Thoughts. What about Penny Loafer? What about Pennies from Penny from Heaven? Penny. Hey, you guys know Summer Sinclair? I don't know why I should put this. Now, again, this is not I don't know this woman. I'm sure she's very nice. I'm sure a year ago when she was a real estate agent or look, it's just hard to find like a good co-host that like clicks on all cylinders and is funny and also like willing to be reliable and come do the show. There's a lot of flakes in this town. There's a lot of flakiness in this town. Josh Denny was a great co-host. I will never say he wasn't. Josh is funny. Josh can talk about anything. He can go with the flow. He can branch out. I like Josh. You know, it's very, very heartbreaking that Josh will never be on the show again. It's very sad. That's just the way it goes. I'll never pretend he wasn't good. Johnny B, great host. Chef, D. Fritz. Shuby, tolerable. D. Fritz, Josh Denny, Cornell was great. Flip Schultz was great. J.C. Coakley, fantastic. Who are some of the great? Ken Barnard. You remember how funny Ken Barnard was? Man. So yeah, I honestly like, and this isn't a slam to anybody. I've done a lot of shows. Adam's pretty good. Probably too flaky, I guess, or I don't know. Has his own podcast or what? I don't know what Adam does. But Adam's been on the show a couple times. He's very funny. Can roll with shit. Kool-Aid's pretty good. You know, when he's able to make it up the stairs. I do this just to see if he's still listening. J-Check. Darren Carter, the party starter? No. No, thank you. That's the thing, too, is it's not always just names. It's like Jim Norton was great. Bill Burr was great. But then we had some bigger names that were no good. I kicked Eliza Schlesinger out. I was like, leave. You don't want to do this. You're not good. Go. This is like 2010. Remember Eliza Schlesinger? She brought her little fucking dog to my studio. She's like, I do these podcasts. I know how they go. It's like, bitch. Oh, God. Her dog's name was Blanche. Fucking hell. Alonzo was good on the show. There's a few big comics who are good. But for the most part, they're not. Of course, Jim Norton was good. He's, he was on XM and knows how to talk. I think I'd say Jozalyn's been the best flow I've had with a co-host in Vegas. And that's a woman. I don't like to give them credit for anything. Allie Breen was great. Allie Breen was great. Always late, because she got a text. Remember when she said she got a text message that was just like, can't have. It was bullshit, whatever it was. Verbal Creepy Roger. Whoa. He's still in the chat from time to time. But yeah, I don't know. And the thing is, like, I don't know. People want, if you come on the show and we start getting some chemistry and getting going, like that's when we start taking trips to London and Germany and doing shows. And by the way, I pay for it all. But no, these guys would rather blow off a podcast that gets thousands of downloads in favor of heading out to Ochatai. They really would. They get more out of going to Ochatai and doing a set. They would never miss that. They're like, I have a 6 p.m. show tonight down at the Strat. It's like, okay. Like, I can't argue with your priorities. Enjoy your life. And now we got the new club down at the Oyo, the Vegas Rock and Roll Comedy Jam. Are Matt and Joaquin missing the part of their brain that names clubs? Fucking hell. Who's on my doorbell? Wow. Wow, there's some guys at my doorbell. It's 12:30 at night. I upgraded to a Unify door. I got rid of my Ring and got the Unify. I think this guy's I think it's a neighbor. What the fuck is going on? Oh, I think his dog got out. Matt and Joaquin. We're opening a club in Vegas. What should we call it? Los Angeles Comedy Club. Great. We're spinning off a new comedy club. What should we call it? Rockin' Comedy Jamboree. Maybe we should think about it. Give it 24 hours. No! Buy the domain. Holy shit. Where are you performing tonight? The Rock Club? I love you all. Thank you all for putting up with my broken ass. Jesus Christ. Vegas stand up and rock club. Oh, that's better. Stand up and rock. I want to rock. Stand up first. This guy's sitting down and rocking. I don't like the look of it. Sorry, official sound clips only.
I don't like the look of it.
Summer Sinclair. 19 subscribes. Whoa. Hold on, she posts auditions? Audition for film 3 days ago.
My name is Summer Sinclair. I'm 5.
Is she sick? Fucking hell. That scared the shit out of me. Jesus, it's coming at me. Thanks for the donation. Means a lot. Gotta get that money machine calibrated. Is that her real voice? Hey, everybody. Summer Sinclair here. That's nasal as fuck. That can't be her real name. Oh, God. We've got Moody, everybody. We've got Moody. When I was in high school, a friend of mine was organizing an all-ages rock gig. I don't even want to know what that is. And he asked me and my improv troupe, the Comedy Dogs, to MC. It was the biggest mistake of my life. Yeah, there are a lot of comics who, like, I used to know this comic, Joel. He used to always go open for Insane Clown Posse at the Gathering of the Juggalos in Michigan. It's like, I don't know if you want to be opening for a band where all the fans are just holding water balloons full of Faygo and piss. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I had somebody offer me $2,500 in Miami to go do a comedy set at a wedding. This is when I still had a day job, so I didn't need the money. But I was 5 years in the comedy. I knew better. They $2,500 to go do a 10-minute set at a wedding at 4 p.m. And I just told him, you don't want it. You think you want comedy at your wedding? You don't. And by the way, a lot of new comics will take that. Let me just say this. If you're inexperienced enough to accept that gig, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad because, like, that means you're new and desperate and you need the money. And by the way, I guess, like, it's good money, whatever. Fuck them. But, like, if you care about their wedding at all, you will not go do comedy at these people's daytime wedding. You shouldn't do comedy at their nighttime wedding. It'd be like if Shuby at his wedding was like, hey, Patrick, the best man's going to do a speech in a second, but you want to do a few minutes? It's like, no. This is a wedding. That's crazy. Before the next act comes up, let's tell you all the rules of blind freeze tag. No one wants comedy at a music show. I believe that. I believe that. Susan was at everybody's getting gigs at Kimmel's. Like, Kimmel's is probably the best club in town. Hot, new, poppin' club. Everyone's Crumb's there. National touring headliner. I couldn't get a gig there if I fucking prayed for it. Like, I don't know how to do it. I haven't asked all my friends. I asked Brandon Hahn. I think I asked Susan, like, what's going on with this? How's everyone getting these Kimmel's gigs? No, nobody knows. They're all just getting them every week, but nobody knows how they're getting them. I give up. I give up. I don't want to be in this anymore. Nobody wants me. I don't want anybody. Like, fuck. Fucking hell. And by the way, I've changed, but because I see the lineups at LA Comedy Club, like I've changed my mind about them. Like who's the biggest name they get at LA Comedy Club now? Who's the biggest name they get there? Brett Ernst, I guess. I don't know if they have a bigger comic at LA Comedy Club ever than Brett Ernst anymore. It's the only like comedy name I see go through there. It's like, oh, Adam Hunter? Like, what are we talking about? Liar, I told you. Get out of my, what? I don't even know what that means. I wouldn't lie. You can't prove it.
Come on, man.
Now, is this voice real or is she putting on a voice? She might be sick. It's winter. Hey everybody. Son of Sinclair here.
My name is Summer Sinclair. I'm 5'3", and I'll be reading for Susan.
Oh.
Hi, Steve. This is Kelly, the birthday girl. Oh, nice to meet you. Happy birthday. 25, huh? Yeah, thanks. You know, our Jimmy is your age. He just finished his master's in bioengineering. He's thinking of doing a PhD, but he decided to take some time off and climb Mount Everest. You know, our daughter, Emily, just turned 25 and just blessed us with our second grandchild. That's great. So who's your lucky guy?
Look at you. I remember helping your mom take care of you as a baby. She would use Q-tips and clean in between rolls of fat.
Then he goes, it's real. Oh, Kira Sultanovich, a year ago. Okay.
Sometimes I feel like I'm failing as a diabetic.
What the fuck is going on? Are these real? Who's this audition for? Summer Sinclair doing stand-up in her house? Zoom stand. This can't be a real voice. I'll get you in if you make this stop. Well, hold on. This video or just making fun of people in general? Because that's I'll stop playing Summer Sinclair if you can get me in there. But, you know, if I have to stop talking about everybody, then I'm good.
And I play scratch-off tickets every day because I don't want to work.
Neither.
Just as simple as that. I don't want to go to school for anything. I feel I'm too old. I just want
Can't even read it when it's on that.
My favorite ticket is the triple double diamonds. I won $140 on that ticket this week. I was so excited. I only invested $200 to get that. I'm a hypochondriac. I always feel that there's something wrong with me, but I don't go to doctors. I get all my information over the internet. I was researching.
Did you ever notice?
And it said that I was a stupid white bitch.
Oh boy.
Well, that's what I get.
Did it again.
Computer in the hood.
Fuck.
That's the first funny thing.
I
Just wondered where Jeffrey
God
is.
damn it.
Oh. I like to watch Dr. Triple Popper because it relaxes me.
They could just
I've lost the whole ability to fucking do my thing again.
Really
Ah!
out, and there's nothing better than to watch a person with a giant cyst on their face.
Fucking hell. I can't stop it. I've lost the ability to control the computer. I zoomed in too far. I've lost it all fuck.
I especially like it when the pus starts coming out. Reminds me of my grandmother's mashed potatoes.
Reminds me of my grandmother's mashed potatoes. What is this? I can't stop it. I can't control anything anymore, guys.
I like to watch also
Fuck.
the Family Guy every day because I have a very dysfunctional family, and I figure
I like to watch The Family Guy because I have a dysfunctional family. Because words.
family. Oh, look the way Lois behaved in that situation. Why can't you be like that? I get all of my.
Oh, I'm panicking. I'm panicking.
I can watch.
Huh, I got it.
Every day because I could see something in the repeats.
Shit, that's crazy.
The first time.
Fuck.
I
lost the whole broadcast. Am I still on? I can't tell if I'm still on. Fuck.
He's a sex addict. So I'm thinking, well, that's going to improve my sex life.
What's a sex addict?
Or Meg. You know, she's shy and I don't want to be like Meg. But I watch the episodes anyway, which she's in, so I know not to get into trouble.
What's
like
happening?
She does.
I've lost everything.
I'm a pescatarian, and that's a person who eats fish and doesn't eat other animals. And I'm a pescatarian because
You already said that.
or hug a fish.
I think I'm offline, maybe.
Now,
Fuck.
I know people say that they have fishes as pets.
Oh, no. All right.
Well, they're not pets.
You're on. Okay. Fuck.
It's decoration. I mean, I don't want to have a fish
What is this?
jump
I
on my
can't. Can we find real? Does she have real stand up at a club? She has so many auditions.
Hi, my name is Summer Sinclair. I'm 5'3", and I'm reading for Ava. Renee, so glad I found you. I just finished those reports that you asked for.
Thank you, Ava.
Oh, and one more thing. I reorganized the clerk station for the afternoon rush. We could never be too prepared for people cashing their checks on a Friday.
Good.
I'm so glad that you're here now. Us women gotta stick together.
Who's the ASM on duty?
Richie, he owes me from last week. Renee, where you going?
I have some business to attend to with my son.
Well, is he okay? Sick? I know this recipe for organic bone broth. It's to die for.
She sounds like an old Jewish grandmother. This has got to be a Gilbert Gottfried situation with the voice. I'm convinced Summer is a Tim and Eric character.
I'm not sure we have that much.
Give me whatever you have.
What the fuck? So she used to get mad at Ty that he wouldn't headline her. Introducing myself for representation.
Hi, my name is Summer Sinclair. I live in Long Beach, California. I have a car so I could get to any audition on time. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a member of SAG-AFTRA. And the things I love to do is, the number one thing is that I have a beautiful Samoyed named Nimbus. And he's the love of my life.
What?
And I treat him like a little baby. I like to ballroom dance. I love to paint. I love to do pottery. I love to go to a nice restaurant and to amusement parks. And of course the beach, because, you know, it's California, right? So I'm making this little video so you could get to know me. And I hope to hear from you. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Summer Sinclair.
She's making shorts for representation. By the way, you know, she lives in Long Beach.
Hi, my name is Summer Sinclair, and I'm reading for Sherry. I promise starting with us will be the best decision that you'll ever make. And by the time you leave this office, the money will be in your account.
What is going on? This is wild, dog. Is this a profile video for her Tinder? No, she just puts these auditions up, but like for what? Stand up at the back line in Omaha. Stand up at Jimmy Madison's. Stand up at the Nile Pitts Grill. Stand up at the Backstop Bar. Stand up at the Backyard Bar. Stand up at Chonkless. Stand up at the Three Sheets Bar. Auditions. For a film? What's the film called? How Not to Get Roles? Underwear show at the Dive Bar. That's Barassa's joint. So let's look at her latest stand-up. That'll be the most fair, most developed set.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special treat.
Whoa, Pity Pineapple. Holler.
We have a guest performer
I'm only going to dead name Kitty.
all the way from New York. She is an actress.
By the way, it's not dead naming if they still go by David ever. Does she ever go by David, or is it only Kitty now? You tell me.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for
This next comic. God.
Sinclair, Miss Sinclair.
She's wearing Jerry Seinfeld's puffy shirt. Why did the music didn't start until she was already holding the microphone, then they decided to play music? What's going on? Reasonable chance this is the least funny person alive. This is like something a hippie grandma. Yeah, but what makes her like Leah goes, I'm looking for female headliners. And then her, and by the way, I'm not mentioning some other names that piped up on that list because I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not just trying to be mean to people. What makes this woman in her brain think I'm ready to headline? It's like, bitch, you aren't ready to write a one-liner. Hi, I'm Summer Sinclair. It's like, ah.
Sinclair. Yes. Hi. I take a lot of prescription pills. Yes. But I'm not an addict.
What's an addict?
Addiction. I'm just a very selfish person. Most addicts that I meet, they are so nice. They always want to share their needles with me.
I will say it has been nice.
I have a dog.
Oh, God.
And whenever I get fucked up or drugged up, he's the one who takes me in the backyard so I could pee. I made my dog wear shoes so he doesn't burn his feet on the hot pavement. And I'm getting these weird looks from people. I thought a 3-inch hair was acceptable. Turns out that my dog is an anti-vaxxer. I said to him, you gotta go to the vet and get your shots. He said, that jab is bullshit. I said, what if you get the rabies? He said, you'll be the first to know.
That's what she said.
I taught my dog a lot of new tricks. Why, just the other day I saw them pull off a multi-level marketing scam. The rats in Brooklyn, where I'm from, are so bad. In my last apartment, they ate my food. They shitted on the floor. One even bit me on the neck.
I love nannerpuss.
I lived with my sister in her trailer park. When she asked me to take out the trash, I says, I don't think I could do that. Your husband looks so comfortable drinking a beer in his easy chair.
Also, like, her delivery is like she has one. It's like she has one cadence and one tonality for every punchline. It's like, holy fuck. The rabies. It's a female version of Emo Phillips. God, I worked with Emo Phillips one time in like it was 2009. It was right when the Vortex, when Laughing Skull opened in Atlanta. It was at that club. Fucking hell. It was 2009. And I worked with Emo Phillips, and it was just like, and look, I had seen Emo Phillips stuff. I know it just was awful. It was fucking bad. It was like, what is this? I think I was eating it's a burger bar, the Vortex Burger Bar. It's a good club, Laughing Skull in Atlanta. But like, I was eating a burger and he was on, and I remember being like, you're making the burger bad. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even eat this comfortably. This is just the annoying neighbor widow who lives next door and catches you while you're leaving to go to a game or something and tells you, yeah, imagine like she just never stops. Her and Gretchen Bozert. This is what I mean. They have a disease. Both of them think they're like headliner worthy. Somebody told Gretchen Bozert, like you've all seen her in the past year or so before she stole the purse. She's awful now. Like 3 years ago before the pandemic when she was in Florida, somebody told her she was ready for a special and she went, fuck you to the scene. She was like, fuck y'all. I just moved up. I'm getting a special so y'all can eat my ass. You don't think I'm funny? Well, fuck you. I got a special. And then we all watched it. You know, your special shouldn't be filmed in a room with a popcorn ceiling. Fucking hell. Imagine telling everybody, fuck you. When your special's filmed on a camcorder by a guy who doesn't know whether he should be wearing a mask or not. In a movie, she would be perfect as the Jewish lady that the protagonist collides with in a chase sequence, and you just hear her complaining, fading away. Wow. That's a little too noir for me, Doug. Yeah, she should be going out with that guy, Paul T. Goldman. If you're not watching Paul T. Goldman on Peacock, mwah, you are missing out. That's all. That's all I gotta say about it.
Then I had a roommate who wouldn't stop talking. And
Again, is this a 68-year-old woman? Why do all these people have roommates? Is there a plan D?
I tried everything. So I stuck my dick in his mouth. Yeah. There was a sale for strap-ons at the gas station. But
it doesn't even make sense. She goes for the shock punchline. And so I stuck my dick in his mouth. Yeah. Everybody's just like, what? By the way, you know, we're at 23 viewers. We're at 13 likes. It's unacceptable, frankly. If we can't get this up to 19, by the time I finish yelling about this, we're going to have a problem, you and me. And when I say you and me, I mean each and every one of you. You don't think I know where Eric Stone lives? You don't think I know where Penny Prince sleeps? I have a list. Her and Gretchen need to go on the road together as a comedy duo. So I put my dick in his mouth. Yeah. They were having a special for four strap-ons at the gas station. It's like, first of all, it's a special on strap-on. And second of all, I don't think the gas station sells strap-ons. You know. That's a little weird. How did we get to 19 likes? That's fucking crazy. That's really cool. I like that. You guys are so responsive. And you get me right to the number I want. What if I want 21? Can we do that? 21 likes. 2 more. This is dangerous to have this much power. 2 more. 21. 21. Come on, 21 likes. Hit like. We need it. I can't move on until now. It gets there. 1 more. I just got to see if... Yeah! 18. Bring me down to 18. Holy shit. Okay, 20. Let's level it out at 20. And now 16. Bring me down to 16. 14. This clip is 9 minutes and 11 seconds long, somehow worse than the actual 9/11. She reminds me of that little guy who verbally abused the trumpet player in Manhattan years ago. Yeah, maybe. I just can't imagine getting she put on this puffy dress and it's like these people go up at some of the clubs in town that we discuss on the show. If I own or book a comedy club, like, you're not going up. You're not ready. You need about 600 more reps at Ocha Bar. I mean, it just like, you're ruining your club when you put these people on. Like, if you're putting Skippy sprinkles on your professional show, I have nothing else to say to you. If you're putting Summer Sinclair on your professional show, we can't even have a conversation about comedy. You and I, we're so different.
The worst one was I had a roommate who was an absolute clean freak, and she'd be like, Summer! Fucking dirty pig!
Was it William Strange?
Whoa. My room might be dirty, but my mouth is sure clean.
Yay! Somebody said.
I never found a decent guy to date when I was young.
Who's filming this? Like, oh, come on.
Did they send dick pics to you? She's looking at me like, yeah, I think they did at one time.
Ugh.
Well, they sent me dick pics. and I was too old for it. So they sent me pictures of their colostomy bags. I recently dyed my hair back to blonde. I was just tired of being judged. And now when I say something stupid, everyone believes me.
Yay. Who is this nerd? Penny Brent said she would glare at me across the room at shows for a while because she thought that I booked Wise Guys for some reason. Yeah, because there is an employee at Wise Guys. There's a chick named Penny who works at Wise Guys. I'm pretty sure. But obviously it's not you. But she must have heard Penny books Wise Guys and then was like, "Did Penny, why won't he book me?" Holy fuck. She's what the chef sends out when you don't like the nachos. Try a Summer Sinclair. You're going to love it. Ah, fuck, man. God bless her.
Sinclair!
And by the way, these girls, never mind, I won't say that. What is she wearing everywhere? She dresses like a treasure troll that does burlesque.
But I'm not an addict. I don't have an addiction. I'm just a very selfish person. Most addicts that I meet, they are so nice. They always want to share their needles with me. I have a dog, and he is so well.
Like, this is the problem. It's like, you can tell when somebody like could improve and become a good comic, but like, there's no chance in it. It's like Skippy Sprinkles. It's like, you're never going to be good at this. sorry. They always want. I had a guy anyway. I love it when someone takes a mic in their hand and stands 2 meters behind the stand. Yeah. I mean, these people are like mentally ill. Like they're not. Like Gretchen Bozzard isn't right in the head. Skippy Sprinkles isn't right in the head. Summer Sinclair is not. This is not a normal functioning woman. Anybody would watch it. Like, if she had a normal brain, she'd film this, watch it later, and go, "Ha! Why don't you tell me? I'll never do that again." But no, she's like, But she's in SAG-AFTRA, by the way. Ugh! How? And don't get me some Taft-Hartley.
Great. That whenever I get fucked up and drugged up, he's the one that takes me in the backyard so I can pee. I made my dog wear shoes so he doesn't burn his feet on the hot pavement. And I've been getting these weird looks from people. I thought a 3-inch heel was acceptable.
Who did I?
Turns out.
That's not what you want. Yeah, so she's just doing auditions, killing it, you know.
Ron, I'm sorry that I'm gone. I wish that we had more time together. But the time that we did have was the best of my life. I hope it was the same for you too. Don't look back at our lives and be saddened. Smile. Just know that even though that I'm gone, and even when you feel alone, you never are, I'm still with you.
These lights will guide me home.
Love, Rosalind.
I want to see if Bauer put out anything for Christmas. No. Nothing after that super sad video we watched a couple weeks ago. The sad Bauer hour. Look, Summer Sinclair seems great. She seems real cool and dope. We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Look, honestly, you tell me. I haven't been coughing tonight. You notice a difference. Maybe I got to lay off this weed. It was wrecking my lungs. I'm 6 days in, not smoking weed now. And I'm breathing better. I'm not coughing. It was getting bad, like even on the show. I never do it while doing stand-up. But it was getting bad where like on the show, I'd have to all the time. And I would do like the stairs to go to bed at night, and then I would lay down, and sometimes I get a coughing fit going in the morning, like the coughing, like it just bongs from morning to night, and maybe it just caught up with me, and maybe it's not good, you know, especially when I'm going to start drinking regularly on the show. So, you know, I'm going to do it for a month and just see what that does to my breathing and my ability to not just hack and cough constantly. William Strange, just an apology. That's unacceptable how that Davian guy's treating you. That's fucked up. Everyone seems to get along with William Strange. I think we had a misunderstanding, honestly, because of Butch Bradley lying about me to you. So I'd like to make up, just apologize for the threats, you know, and then we're all good. Summer Sinclair, stay out of my fucking inbox. You know, I don't need it any more than you and everyone else.
Your manner is most unbecoming of a gentleman. Would you be high on cigarettes?
I don't know
comedy hasn't hit them yet, they're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes.
A question posed to stupid hoes who don't get it yet. Excuse me, miss, are you high on cigarettes? I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet, they're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes. All the laughter that you dig, boy, if you listen to the show, boy, Patrick Melton, melting faces, have you stacking NLO point? It's the low point, not the reason. The reason is fucking gold. Gonna make the taco pony party be a party of soul. Gonna make you vandalize a van with a pedal sticker so bold the family probably get arrested before they get down the road. Or stupid motherfuckers just got NLO. Other radio shows are straight bitch mail prone. Talk shit on the youngins that nobody like pass. Have my homeboy lame prank call him fast. Have him thinking that he hates him like right before he berates him. And the way that he baits him, put him right on blast. Like Patrick is an asshole and his show won't last. And every time I called in, he treated me like trash. He would abuse and berate me for the sake of some laughs. And the worst part was when he fucked your mother straight in the ass.
Well, I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet, they're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes. A question posed to stupid hoes who don't get it yet. Excuse me, miss, are you high on cigarettes?
Well, I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet, they're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes.